Hey, it's Nathan Watt from Watson and Watt. Today's video, we're answering a very important question. How many sales do you need to make the profit you want? Really key question. It's very useful in small business to understand where you're trying to get to and then reverse engineer it. So we're not throwing darts at a wall saying, I want $1 million in sales or $2 million in sales with no context of what that actually means for the owners and how much more money that would make them for all the extra work they need to do to get there. So a lot of people, when you ask them how much profit do you want to make, the answer will be more. And that's all well and good, but it's not going to help you setting direction and setting goals. So when you want more, is that $10 more? Is it $1 million more? Is it $100,000 more? All of those things would mean very different businesses and different business models to achieve them. None of them are right or wrong. It just means there's different choices to be made. So unless you're actually thinking about this and making those decisions to say, well, how much more do I want practically? Yes, we all want $1 million more, but practically I would like to achieve this much per year extra and my life would be amazing. If I make an extra $1 million a year while I get there, that's awesome, but I'm not going to target it because that means different things and things I don't want to do. So having that direction is key because a lot of business owners just don't. They're working hard, they have an opportunity, they go out and they try and pursue it and they work really hard, but they don't have the direction and the focus they need to get there. Hard work alone and hope that it's all going to work out is not a winning strategy in my experience. If you think about it, hard work, treading water is hard work, but you don't go anywhere. You just stay in the same spot. You don't drown, but you won't drown straight away, but you don't go anywhere and you're just waiting for someone to come and help you. But here's the inside mail. In business, no one's coming. If you want to make more money, you want to make more profit, you have to do it. You have to save yourself and you have to make this a priority and make the money and make the decision and put in the effort. So the first thing you need to do is think about how much more do I want? And once we've got that idea, we can then use some basic maths to work that out. I built this spreadsheet that makes it all look nice and pretty and complicated, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty simple formula, which is this one over here. Overheads plus desired profit divided by gross profit percentage, which is probably making you glaze over. So let's see this in action. Here's a example business currently doing $1 million in sales, 35% direct cost, overheads of $500,000. Means they're making $150,000. Let's assume there's $0 tax. I don't know why, but let's make it easy. So they want to increase that to $180,000, which is $15,000 a month. So $180,000. What do they need to do to make that so? Well, they would need to increase their sales by $46,154 a year, or 4.6%. On a daily basis, they're currently doing 2,747. So they only need to increase it by $127 a day. That's not unachievable. And then they can think about, well, how would we do that? Well, we could ask everybody who comes in who wants a burger, do they want fries with that? We could change the pricing on some of our things. We could sell some other widgets. We could do all sorts of stuff to increase that by 4.6%. But what if the profit wanted to be $250,000? What does that look like? Well, based on this financial profile, so we're keeping these things constant, sales would need to increase by $153,000 to 1.153. To get an extra $100,000 in sales. Why? Because the variable costs change as well. So as you put on more sales, you've got to sell more stuff. The overheads haven't changed, so therefore we only need $153,000, and we're going to lose some to the direct costs, and the rest will flow to our bottom line. What if we want to do this to $500,000? And when we do that, we're going to need an extra person. Well, things change pretty quickly. So we now need to do an extra $1,900 in sales a day. That's nearly 70% more in sales. That's a massive jump. this is where these numbers actually start giving you direction about the things that you need to do. Then you can start thinking about, well, how would we get an extra $57,000 sales per month every month for the next 12 months? What strategy would we have to implement? How would we go about that? Well, we could increase our prices on some things. We could introduce this new product we've been working on. We could, put on some more sales staff, like this extra sales staff we had here, all that sort of stuff. There's these strategies that you then need to go out and implement. You go, okay, we're targeting $57,000 a month in new business, in addition to the 83 we're currently doing. So we want $141,000 in sales a month. And you put that up on the whiteboard in the office and you start working towards it each and every month. And you start thinking about it and you're making it a focus and a priority. So for you, what do you need to do? You need to think about where you want to take your business. You need to think about practically in the next 12, 18 months, 24 months, what do I want my profit to be? How much cash do I want to come out of the business and into my bank account each and every month? And let's start working backwards. So once you've got that, you can then work out, with the help of your financial statements, how many sales you need to achieve that profit. And then from there, you take it and you build out the strategy. Okay, we need more sales. How do we get more sales? We need more customers. We need to change our pricing. How do we get more customers? How do we sell more stuff to more customers? How do we get customers to buy more stuff? How do we get customers to come back more regularly, more frequently? All those sorts of things, starting to think about your strategy and your business. And that's the key concept of this. These financial numbers are all outcomes of all the things you've done. So the profit number is an outcome of all the decisions that you've made and all the sales that you've made. So you need to work backwards. If you want $500,000 in profit, how do I achieve that? Well, I need to do X, Y, and Z. And I need to do things differently. So that's how you work out the sales you need to make the profit you want. If you need a hand, reach out. Cheers.